Okay, now it comes to polarized coal burners. So here, burners are the devices that allow the uniform mixing of fuel with air and hence lead to efficient and complete combustion. So there will be primary air and secondary air supply for the fuel for complete combustion. So the good design is required for that, and depending on the supply of air as primary and secondary, there are many designs, and important requirements are it should mix the fuel and primary air efficiently, thoroughly, and inject the mixture into the furnace. So it should create proper turbulence for mixing and maintain the stable combustion. It should be able to control the flame shape and flame travel by varying the secondary air. So this can be done, the main control. It should be projected properly to avoid the overheating. So these are the important requirements. And first one is long flame or U flame or streamlined burner. Here the primary air supplies here, and there are tertiary air supplies also created here, like so you can see here primary air. Okay, so this is the furnace. Primary air, from with the primary air there is a you can say fuel is also injected, just like injected to the furnace, the burner, and here the tertiary air and secondary air is used. So because of this, it will create a turbulence, like it will just make this shape in this way, so that see here, like the turbulence air is coming from here and secondary air is forcing towards this, so it will create shape in the form of U. So this will, because of this, the name is U flame or long flame. So how much, because of this, there will be a complete combustion. The tertiary air is used for it is used to create the turbulence with the secondary air. So more turbulence, more complete combustion can be expected. So ash, once it is burned, then ash is here. The ash handling system will be just below this. Short flame burner is like here the coal and primary air, the polarized coal and primary air is supplied from here, and that is taken and supplied to this form, and you can just clearly observe this. So here there is a primary and coal and primary air through this tube, and then there will be a secondary air from the both the sides. So that will create, like you can say, it will just like it will try to compress, or it will try to reduce the size of the flame, but it will increase the turbulence as it is supplied from both the side, or you can say surrounding of the nozzle. The secondary air is supplied, which will try to increase the turbulence in the furnace, so which will increase the combustion rate and also ensure the complete combustion. So that is the main advantage here. So tangential burner is like this is C plus Pa means coal means polarized coal and primary air. So this will be supplied from four sides like this. But you can see here it will make the right angle with all set in the right angle in the four sides with the right angle. So at a different direction, they will ensure that once the flame or the spray is like it will create a swirl, like in the middle, it will make a swirl like this. So the shape or the direction in which they are supplying the coal and primary air itself create that turbulence in the burner, which will increase where you can expect more efficient combustion, and secondary air is supplied from here for complete combustion, but most of the systems, they use this type of tangential burners, from where they will get more efficient combustion or burning of the fuel you may expect. So that is the main advantage. Yeah, here yes. So this will be the there will be some of the disadvantages, like as from everywhere in the every direction there will be spraying. So because of this, the flying ash may get collected here and it may create a slag, because here in this system the heat transfer is a very very important factor, but it may reduce the heat transfer rate, because it is from both the from all the sides there will be a spray, and it will increase, it will go and stick in the, because of this force it may go and stick on the surface of the wall, furnace wall. So cyclone burner, and here you can see the first thing is this is the side view, and this or you can say this is section view, and this is the side view. And coal and primary air is supplied in the tangential direction. So see here, coal and primary air is supplied in the tangential direction, just like Francis turbine, so that it will revolve inside the this cyclone burner. I mean, it will take a turn like this. Okay, so here you can see the direction. Once it is supplied, it will move in this way, like throughout the surface. Okay, and at that time itself there is a secondary air is supplied, and tertiary air will help in this turbulence to control to maintain the turbulence throughout the system till the end. So that will help in that way. But secondary air, it will contribute in this one as a I mean, to create turbulence, to increase the combustion rate, and also it will just direct that ash towards the slag. So it will not leave the ash to accumulate here. It will just force that ash towards the ash handling system, or we can say, yes, ash collector. So that will be main thing. So you can see here how the tertiary air is supplied and how secondary air is supplied. All are in different directions, and that will try to maintain the turbulence and in the cyclone burner. So these are the this is about cyclone burner. So this is about okay, like these burners will try to these are used to like reduce the flying ash, so that that can be reduced. Like it will not allow the flying ash. As I told you, the secondary air will just direct the ash towards the ash handling system directly. So that's why it is done in this way. So here the size and all, it is mentioned in this slide, so you can go through. Advantages. So these are the advantages and disadvantages. Even low grade fuels can be used. So one of the advantage, and requires high pressure draught. Yeah, you need a primary, secondary, and tertiary air. So you need a draught system, which may need more power. So polarizing mill. So coal is polarized by abrasion, crushing, or impact action. There are ball mill, ball and race mill, ball mill, and hammer mill. So here first one is ball mill. The coal hopper. So from here the lumped coal is supplied to the to this, or you say for this drum. Actually, this is a drum, rotating drum, and this will be continuously rotating with the help of motor. A motor is fixed to a gear, and this gear will be on the surface of the drum. Okay, on the surface of the drum, which will be continuously rotating this drum. Inside this drum, why it is called as ball mill is, you can see these balls. These are metal heavy balls with different sizes, so that you can get more polarized coal, more amount of polarized, so that it can reduce the coal size to a minimum. So that's why different sized balls, the metal balls with heavy weight, are used at this point. So when this drum is rotating, so because of that continuous action of ball, and it will just act as a hammer for the coal. So from here it is supplied continuously, and it will be rotating and it will crush that one, and both the side there is a induced draft fan. Once it is crushed, then it is taken in this way, like taken, and it is drawn from the induced draft fan, and whatever the here classifier is there, as I told you, both the side classifiers, like it will allow only the required sized polarized coal to the system, and then it will supply to the furnace. From both the side it will taken away, and here the hot air is supplied so that it can remove the moisture content from the coal. So the hot air supply is from here, and coal is supplied from here. This is the drying system of the ball mill, which will, this is the rotating drum. Okay. So bearing is used, which is required for rotating drum. So size, all those things, it is the different sized things, all those things are given here, the dimensions of drum and all. So you can go through. Ball and race mill. So here there is an evaporator, so coal hooper where they supply, and here is the stationary, and these are the balls in between stationary and moving race, and one moving race, it is just like you can say in our home in coastal area side, they used to what is that, convert that grain or rice to rice flour by using the stone this one mill actually. The same you might have observed that they used to rotate with the hand, the top one with the hand, and they used to put all the grains here from the middle, the center, they used to put that grains, and it used to crush in between these two stone mills. So the same concept is used here, but this bottom side the mill, or you can say moving race, this is rotated by the bevel gear, and here the supply is from here itself, the coal hooper and a coal hopper, which will supply the coal in between this. Okay, in between it will just supply this coal here, and the metal balls are used in between to crush that one to a finer size, and this hot air is used to remove all the moisture content from that. And once it is done, it will be doing its work, so rotating and crushing that particular coal into a finer, refined, you can say very small sized form, and at the same time there will be induced fan is used, and it will be drawing the polarized coal from here. And this is not some mistake is there, it is not evaporator, it's separator. So here the required size, the polarized coal is only allowed through the passage, and other the size more than that of required will come back to the here the system, and it will again, it is crushed into small pieces. Small pieces means the polarized coal. So here is the explanation for that, which I have explained already. And the third one is ball mill. So here hooper is there, the coal is supplied in this way, just like a grinder. It's just like a grinder. The thing is, here in the grinder, these tools will be rotating, and this is also, yeah, both will be rotating in that one. But here the rotating bowl will be there, but stones are stationary. In between that, there will be polarized coal will crushed because of the action, the rolling action of this one. So this is like spring, just spring operated. It will be continuously pressing towards this rotating ball. So because of that action, it will be like it is loaded rollers. So it will increase the pressure. The spring will increase the pressure on the coal, which is crushed between the rotating drum and this loaded rollers. Okay. Mm, these are like rollers means it will be what do you say, the whole thing will not be rotating, but there will be a rough surface which will be rotating, and the motor is used to rotate this whole rotating bowl to ensure the crushing of the coal. Next is like okay, here there is a fan, you can say, just like a induced draft fan, which will draw the polarized coal when it is in powdered form. It will draw that one like just like a blower, and it will draw it and take it into the burner. So like this, the ID induced draft fan. So that will just suck that one from there, and this is a filter, just like a filter. Only required size the polarized coal is taken into the burner. So like that. So here, why they have shown here the ID fan is, it means both motor and ID fan, they are run by the common shaft to just to minimize the power requirement. So both are run by the same common shaft here. So a bevel gear system which will run the, so here this gear and the gear bevel gear which will rotate the drum, rotate the bowl, and here there will be roller. It will rotate because of the action, and that will make the coal turned into polarized coal. Once it is turned, it is taken by the system and it is supplied to the burner. So this is about mills.